Hello and thank you for joining us for this episode of City Council Roundup. I'm your host, Josh Lee.
And I'm Kathleen Pade. Once again, we are in the midst of COVID-19 as we all continue dealing with measures to protect ourselves, friends, and neighbors with the evolving situation. We hope you're all safe and healthy.
That's right, but you may notice that Kathleen's background is a little different because she's in the office, but I'm not. We're slowly working on plans for reintegration in coordination with the state executive order to begin transitioning to our next status. At the city, our offices remain open and accessible by electronic means, and we have our dedicated team working remotely in large part, but answering phone calls, emails, continuing to transact business for information requests, permits, payments, and the like. Our facilities largely remain closed to the public for everybody's safety, and for the most part, our offices will remain closed over the next 2 weeks, and all city public meetings are going to be conducted online electronically through the month of May, as we've done successfully for the last 4 weeks. So we'll continue to evolve and adapt this series accordingly, but with the same great content. So this episode of City Council Roundup will cover the meeting from Monday, May 4th. Topics include issuance of water and sewer revenue bonds, a construction contract for the Drier Road Reconstruction project, and a supply contract for traffic signal heads. First, issuance of the water and sewer revenue bonds. The debt financing is the fifth and final installment of a total of $159 million over the last 4 years. The long-term mortgage is a cost-effective funding source that the city is using to build the surface water treatment plant and the water meter changeout through the Texas Water Development Board Drinking Water State Revolving Fund. The surface water project is a major long-term investment that is critically important for the future of Pearland. The benefit of this funding source over public debt issuance is that the investment in the improvement gets paid back over time by those who benefit from the system. The particular arrangement here is incredibly positive from a financial perspective because of the interest subsidy that the Texas Water Development Board gives us, which is 0% interest until 2030 and only 0.67% after that. So it's extremely cost effective.
Second, an award for construction services for the Drier Road Reconstruction project. The Pearland Economic Development Corporation identified Drier and Halleck Road as catalyst areas to focus improvements upon the State Highway 35 corridor redevelopment strategy. By improving these two old roads that are in need of constant repair, the city and PEDC can better position the roads and drainage to benefit the existing business uses in the area and to attract new investment and jobs in the State Highway 35 corridor. The Drier Reconstruction project is a three-phase project that has already seen some completed Phase 1 work in the form of improved detention capacity and drainage outfall. Phase 2 road construction project awarded on Monday will completely reconstruct Drier from Main Street east to the railroad tracks. The associated work along the street reconstruction includes the removal of existing asphalt and concrete pavement, placement of concrete pavement curbs and sidewalks, and installation of over 1,000 feet of water line and connections. Future final Phase 3 is the reconstruction of Halleck west of State Highway 35. Council awarded a contract for construction services to Marcon Services in the amount of just under $968,000.
Third, a supply contract for traffic signal heads. The current contract for traffic signal heads and components has expired, and the city recently requested new bids for the signal maintenance and equipment and supplies. The contract was put out for a competitive bid and staff recommended and council approved, awarding the contract to Traffic Parts, Inc., the current contract holder, in the estimated amount of $120,000 beginning May 1st, 2020 through April 31st, 2021. The reason staff recommended Traffic Parts was because of the quality of work they've done over the past few years. But new to this contract is a span wire signal rebuild program, which will reconstruct 9 aging span wire signals over the course of several years at the rate of 3 signals per fiscal year. And best of all, it's a unit supply contract, so we only order what we need and only pay for what we order from them. And that's all we wanted to cover today. Thank you for joining us, and thank you to all of our colleagues that are out there continuing to provide great public services, especially because it's Public Service Recognition Week. So thank you for all of that.
As always, we hope that this series makes the information easy to understand and useful for those interested in your Pearland city government.
You can find links to more detailed information below or by visiting pearlandtx.gov, and feel free to leave us a comment if you have any questions or suggestions.
Click here to watch the last episode of City Council Roundup, or here to subscribe to the channel.